this journey of discovery.
All right. Well, welcome back to How I Met Your Auntie.
Welcome.
We are here on the airwaves. Well, I guess we're not really on the airwaves. We're we're here in audio form today. So hope you guys are tuning in. And we're gonna talk about everything that's going on right now, okay? Because pop culture is in shambles.
Oh, child.
From
Let's
Chris
get into
Brown.
it.
Yes, let's get into it. From Chris Brown in jail, B. Simone praying in booty shorts, and
Oh,
Evelyn is still mad, child.
goodness.
So let's start. How are we meeting today?
I'm eating pretty good. It's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday, but this week has gone for a long time. I'm tired. I'm tired, but I'm
Ooh.
okay. I'm a little annoyed, but we gonna get through it, okay?
Oh,
So that's what's going on with me. How are we meeting today, Auntie?
I am meeting a little indifferent. I got a mix of different things going on. I'm, on a big high, and then I'll be like, oh, a little stressed, and then a big high again. I don't know. Maybe I'm going through mania, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm having fun this week. So.
Okay.
Good so far. We're gonna be off Friday and Monday, so I'm excited about that. Just
Ooh, yes.
all right. So let's get into our first topic.
Well, but
You
before that,
uh-oh.
we gonna say everything gonna be allegedly. We gonna listen, just get that out the way, okay?
Yes. Entertainment allegedly. We don't know these people. We don't know all the facts. We don't know nothing, okay, y'all? We just playing.
Okay.
Our first topic is about the man you all know very well, even though we just said we don't know. Mr. Diddy, Mr. Sean Combs, Mr. Love, Mr. P. Diddy, the
Oh,
Diddler.
oh my. Okay.
Yes, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the Diddy trial, but I'll give you a brief little overview. Sean Diddy Combs is currently on trial facing serious charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. Testimonies have detailed disturbing allegations involving his ex girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, including claims of coercion and abuse. The trial continues with
Mm,
more witnesses expected to testify. I think so far, we've had some of we've had Dawn, I think Dawn Richards. Oh, I hope that's her
yes.
last name.
Okay.
She testified Friday and then again today. I heard they tore her into pieces. And
Mm,
the escorts have testified as well. But, oof. but
okay. So, yeah, I haven't been too deep involved in this trial. Like, at first, I was trying to listen in, but it's just so much mess. It's disgusting, and I just have to protect my mental health. So, I really haven't gotten deep into this.
Yes, understood. Because I've been listening for the both of us, and I'm telling you, there's some days where I might have to click out of it, and my stomach start hurting, my mind and my head start hurting. It's just too much. Just like, I empathize with Cassie,
Yeah.
when I'm hearing these stories, so I kind of take on those feelings, like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I can't even imagine someone going through something like this, regardless of what, some people think, like she was getting paid enough, she wanted to be in the spotlight, and it doesn't matter. She's human at the end of the
She's
day. And
Yes,
mm-mm.
the thing is, she's human. I cannot stand like when I go on social media, and the thing is, I try to stay out of these blogs at this point, right? So, but when I do see it, I keep seeing people saying, "Oh, she basically deserved it, or she was a part of it, she wanted it." And the thing is, people don't understand what people are going through, like Stockholm syndrome or abuse. You don't, if you haven't been abused, and abuse does not look always to be physical. In this case, it was physical, but emotional, financial, mental. So people are not understanding, oh, why couldn't she just leave? This has been her life since what? She was like 19, 18, 19 years old.
19,
So
yeah.
it's just very sad. I think there's been times I mean that she wanted to do these freak offs, but the thing is, it was all a part of the abuse. And it could be one instance where she said she was not fine with it, and that's all we need to know, you know. So I'm not understanding like the empathy. I really see a lot of men taking, Diddy's side on this, but then I do see some women too, and I think people do not have empathy.
It is crazy. And then allegedly she was on a lot of drugs during this time. He kept her high,
That too,
but only
yeah.
want her to be high with him, not other people would get mad. And she kind of grew up with this man. He's saying 19.
Yeah.
So yeah, Stockholm syndrome is real, but the stories are even realer. They're pretty bad. I've been listening to the trial through a influencer. Oh, I won't call him an influencer. I really don't know. I just started seeing this man on my TikTok recently, but I've been catching up through him. He's in the courthouse every day listening to the testimonies and things. So I've been listening to him, and like he adds a little, funny humor into it, not making fun of it, but it's just a little easier to
Hmm.
digest hearing it from him. But yeah, the stories are really bad, from like her having sores in her mouth so bad from all these
Mm.
freak offs and can't even speak, and getting beat so bad till she throws up. It's just really bad. And it's like you have to think, like, do legacies outweigh accountability?
Exactly. And I think people think like, oh, he had this body of work. We can separate the music or his production and producing people, um, from the actual person, but they're the same person. He's a villain. He's evil.
Mhm.
Um, and even that we even saw the proof. First, people kept saying we don't see proof. We don't see. We saw the video. We saw the video of him beating her, and people were saying, "Oh, we don't know what she did before then." What?
That's
Excuse me?
crazy. That video was
That's
crazy.
crazy. The video was crazy, and it made me sick to my stomach.
Hmm.
And people still are saying free Diddy.
And from the case, I actually found out that in that video, there was another man in the hotel room.
What?
Yeah, there was another man in the hotel room. The security confirmed that when he went back to the room to see how bad it was messed up, and Diddy was trying to basically pay him off, like, you take care of this and I'll give you some money, and don't let her leave and all this. Anyway, there was a man in there. I guess it was a security guard, and he was in that
Mm,
room the whole time. Or I'm not gonna say it was a security guard. We're not really sure. He didn't really dive into who the man was, but he was in all black, and he could see that he was on a pull-out bed, like one of the couches that led out to a bed, and he was staying in
okay.
that room. So it just goes back to how celebrity protection culture plays into this. Like, there is somebody else in this room watching him. We don't know what happened in that room before she ran out of it, and it's crazy.
Right. And he has a lot of yes people
Mm-hmm.
around him. And I'm sure people are scared and people have been threatened, because I'm just seeing something about, the mom is, I don't know if she testified, but I did see that she went to court. But I haven't heard about, her parents this entire time. And I've been wondering where her parents, but people can get like threats. They're getting death threats and things like that too. So where we're trying to figure out what's going on with her parents and all these other things, and her friends. I know her friends have been, I think one of her friends testified yesterday. Yeah, people are getting paid off, or they're scared. They're scared, and I can understand that.
It's sad. I will have to see what happens with this, but whatever
Yeah.
the verdict is, it's gonna go up either way. I don't know
Right.
which way it's gonna go, but it's gonna be some fallout, no matter what
Hmm.
it is, no matter what happens. But she got her $20 million. I think she had a 10 million
Okay.
and supposed to be getting another from the she get her money. She get her
She
money.
getting
She
her
deserves
money.
every
You
dime.
okay? And you know what? Pay me for my pain. How about that?
Too much. And I just can't believe his daughters are being in there. I would tell my daughters, I get you, support me, my children, whatever, but y'all don't need to be hearing these stories. These stories
No.
is crazy. Speaking of children, we got a new one. Another topic about the DDG allegations with Halle Bailey, allegations involving his ex, the Disney princess.
Little
The Disney
Mermaid.
mermaid, right. So Halle Bailey has been granted a temporary restraining order against her ex-partner Diddy, alleging multiple instances of physical, emotional, and financial abuse during their relationship. She has also been granted temporary sole custody of their son Halo.
Okay. So here's another story. I don't know too much about DDG. I mean, of course, see the little clickbait videos and things like that.
Mhm.
But I mean, yeah, now I'm hearing something about physical, emotional abuse. I didn't know why she got with the man anyway, but I just don't know this story. I don't know who he is.
See, I am a little biased in this because I've been watching DDG and his family since I was in college. So over 10
Okay.
years of me watching these people, kind of grew up in my younger years watching their videos heavily on YouTube. He's the they call him the president of Black YouTube.
Oh,
Because he's been on there a long time. So they like my little cousins. So I kind of understand some of the trolling he does. I kind of seen his vlogs and seen like kind of his real personality, or at least the realest that you can put out on the internet. Of course, I don't know
okay.
this person in real life, but I've seen different variations of his personality. And I don't know. What I will say is there are always, like people say, there are three sides to the story. He is hers and the truth. I
Yeah.
don't think that Hallie is as innocent as she tries to portray herself to be. Well, I won't even say portray herself because there's several videos of her saying that she ain't innocent. She's star-ish and she know it, and she's
Oh,
the sister that y'all think her Chloe is, but she's really the crazy one, and Chloe's really the innocent one.
what?
Also been allegedly that she's put her hands on him several times from his, friends. They get into fights all the time, and the wound was I mean, the bruising was from him holding her down, like stop hitting me. I don't know. I've read the restraining order. I don't know. It just seems crazy. She did admit that they were both fighting each other, which
Okay.
caused this. But I don't know. It's really messy. I just hope that their son does get some time with his father, and that it's not sole custody, because from her videos, it does seem like she has a little bit of some attachment issues. And saying she
Mm.
can't go 2 minutes or go to the restroom without her kid, and she starts crying if she doesn't see them, and it's a lot. I don't know if she's still going through some
Through
postpartum.
postpartum. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I just don't want, things to be heavily in your emotions right now, and then you take all your custody away from the father right now, and then Halo is the one that's going to pay for it all.
Right.
So I don't know.
And I think with this situation, like I said, I'm not really deep into this. I don't know this like situation. So it's like I don't want to, because usually, of course, we always want to take the woman's side, right? So I don't want to just put everything on him because I'm sure she's not innocent too, right? So I
Mhm.
mean, I would just have to like just let it ride out and see what happens because yeah, you don't want to take custody unless it's like something when it comes to somebody's life, then that's something different. But you don't want to take custody from him if he's actually being there for his child. So I think we really just got to stay tuned for this situation.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it pans out better than it's looking right now. But that goes into, are we too deep into celebrity relationships? Sometimes we
Yeah,
can be.
I think so. I think we start investing ourselves into these relationships and we see ourselves in these relationships and it can get crazy, it can get delusional. Like I really don't know like why we get so like flustered or get so emotional about these people. It's like we love these people. They don't even know we exist. Okay. So I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I will say that I will also say I think the fans also played a big role into their breakup.
Mm,
And that's like blurring the lines between public and private with these kind of relationships. And
right.
even as much as it was in her claim that his fans were harassing her and sending death
Oh,
threats and all this. So, yeah, I think we do get caught up a little too much. I don't think anybody should be sending someone death threats about a
no.
celebrity relationship. Like it doesn't affect you at all. So no, this it's a little too much, guys. Let's calm down a bit.
Okay, so yeah, just let's just see how this all plays out. Now, oh goodness, this one, Chris Breezy Brown, he is going through legal troubles again. Okay, so singer Chris Brown has been arrested in the UK on charges of grievous bodily harm related in a 2023 nightclub incident. He is currently in custody and awaiting a bail hearing, which could impact his upcoming tour dates. Ooh.
Please.
Now I'm glad now, baby, I ain't got the tickets yet. I've been holding out a little bit, but
The
what are we
one
gonna do about Chris Breezy Brown?
the one time that I get to go see Chris Brown, y'all want to lock him up. Y'all could have locked him up a million years ago for a million other things. Y'all wait till I get my tickets. I've been wanting to go since I was 14 or 15.
Oh
One of
no,
them, teen, okay? And
right?
this is horrible. This is
I'm trying to
horrible.
figure out after you bust somebody upside their damn head, why you go back over there.
I don't understand. They played
I,
him with them visas, approving his work visas to be like, yeah, come over here if you want to, because we gonna
right.
lock you up.
Now we don't even know what's gonna go on. I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait and sit on it because I know August is when he's coming to Chicago, and I know in New Orleans he'll be there in October. So I was trying to see which date I was going to, but I'm just gonna have to hold out just a little bit.
I told him to get look at them tickets now because they might be going down. Why people think that he getting locked up? But he is supposed to. He's facing up to 16 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I did
Okay,
see the
so he
video of
is.
them bringing him KFC and some
Oh,
new
now look.
clothes. You know them UK them other jails, they a little more lenient. 'Cause
Right. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Okay.
speaking of
So
people
we
in
don't.
jail, why don't you get
Oh,
it let them know about Tory?
oh gosh. Okay, y'all. So Tory Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence for the 2020 shooting of Meg Thee Stallion. He has recently been stabbed 14 times in prison. Meg has spoken out about the ongoing harassment she has faced and criticized those questioning her from the court verdict. A new affidavit has claimed that Kelsey Harris has admitted to shooting Meg. So, in this recent case, her bodyguard, Kelsey's bodyguard, Bradley James, has alleged that he overheard Harris admit to firing the weapon that injured Megan in July of 2020. This testimony aligns with previous statements. His legal team is using this new evidence to advocate for his innocence and seeking a pardon. Meg has publicly refuted these claims, emphasizing that he was convicted by a jury and that the case has been properly adjudicated. She expresses frustration over the continued attempt to challenge the verdict and the ongoing harassment she faces. As this case garners renewed attention, support for Tory Lanez. It includes Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, as she is calling for review of the evidence and advocating for his release. Oh.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know. I definitely do think allegedly
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey has more to do with this story. Has something to do with this. I don't know. It's just this whole story is just weird.
It's very strange to me. I mean, I thought he had shot her. I mean, this coming out, there is a possibility that Kelsey did, and if it's over both women messing and sleeping around with Tory, I'm very confused to why. Like, okay, I know they got the fighting right, and I'm supposed like she walked off, and I'm guessing Kelsey, I mean, to this, Kelsey's the one that shot her in the foot. I don't know if Tory tried to take the gun from her. I don't know what this situation is, but it's like, who can you call your friends?
I
And y'all
don't.
sleeping with the same damn man. And then Tory, out of all people, it's sad. It's like, who the fuck do you trust? Excuse me. But At this point I'm confused. I really am confused because at a certain point I was thinking it was him. I was thinking it was him, but with this new information and it was her bodyguard. This entire time I thought it was just his bodyguard or a bodyguard driving them. I didn't know this was Kelsey's bodyguard. So,
I didn't know Kelsey had a bodyguard.
right, to be honest.
I,
Shoot, I
I
ain't know that deep.
I don't know. It sounds a little crazy. Something's going on, and the fact that he got stabbed 14 times prior to this new information getting released is
Right.
it's a little. I'm a little suspicious about that. And I don't know. I think with this case, it keeps coming up, and I really think one day the truth is going to see the light.
Yep. It's gonna come out. It's just very strange because I mean, I truly just don't understand why Tory just didn't say Kelsey shot her. I don't know why he didn't say that in the very beginning. I didn't know why we had to go through this whole court case. This was 2020. It's been about 5 years,
Now
and we
this
still talking about this.
This goes back to Rock Nation. I don't know. They said there's something going on. We got Halle, we got Megan, we got Rihanna's been a little ways, but it's just saying they
Right.
have this pattern. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Once again, we're just gonna have to
I
wait
don't
and
think
see.
I would try to shoot you though. I mean, even after our fight,
No.
I'm not about to pull out and start shooting and be like, "Damn, bitch." Allegedly,
No.
that's what he said, but
Right.
I don't
Right.
think I would have done that. I wasn't that mad. I mean, I was,
Right,
but
I
I
wasn't
wouldn't have
there yet.
shot
We
you.
got the fighting. We got the fighting, but it was never that deep. First of all, it was never that be fighting, but it would never be that deep to shoot your friend. Like that's just insane. That's insanity to me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I don't know. And I'm not going to jail for shooting you.
Okay, look, crazy.
Too much. They all need prayer,
Okay.
which leads us in to our prayer warrior, B.
Oh,
Simone, in the church shorts. I don't understand it, but let's get into it. All right,
okay.
comedian V. Simone sparked debate over after a video surfaced of her praying in revealing shorts during a church service. Actually, I believe it was like I don't want to call it a revival, but it was like some kind of program she was
Okay.
putting on for women. The incident has ignited discussions on appropriate attire in religious settings and the balance between personal expression and tradition. Now, I have seen people talk about don't judge others' walk with Christ. We're not supposed to be judgmental, but I do feel like there is a time and place for different outfits. It's really no time for stuff like that. We shouldn't even be wearing stuff like that. Need to be a little more modest. But
Right.
especially in the house of the Lord, or even when you are, even if you're not in church, you're doing some type of revival, or you're trying to have some
Mm-hmm.
kind of community. You're praying over these women. You're speaking the word. You should not be in these shorts were short. These wasn't little short barbecue summer barbecue shorts.
No, these were little booty shorts and
Booty
with a
shorts.
blazer on, and it was not cute. It was very inappropriate.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, can you be real and reverent at the same time?
Yeah, but that wasn't real. I think she was doing it for attention. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Even if it's negative attention, she wants attention. And like it's all about that clickbait. How can I bring more eyes to me? That's what this is about.
Yeah, I think she wanted more people to pick up this new thing that she's doing. People are comparing her, like saying that she's trying to be Megan Ashley, her old best friend and co-host. And I can see
Um,
that, but I just think Megan is more genuine. She's I watch her, she seems way more genuine, and I used to watch B Simone all the time. I used to watch her
mhm.
vlogs. I used to follow her on Instagram, and it just like over the years she's just gotten I don't know what's going on with B Simone.
Corny.
Y- Not even corny, it's just fake and phony, and it's something about in her eyes. Something has changed in her. And I really didn't like when she was selling them clips of her best friend after that
Oh,
funeral.
what? Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've never been into like I don't dislike her, but I just never been into V Simone. I know at one point I think this was during the pandemic. Wasn't she selling some type of Chat
book.
GPT book or some, I don't know, ebook. I don't know what it was. I'm making up stuff now, allegedly.
Yes. Yeah, she stole it. She stole it, or she didn't do her research when she was using ChatGPT and just threw it up there. And yeah, they said she was plagiarizing her little help journal or self help book or
Right.
manifestations or whatever. So you doing
Mhm.
manifestations and prayer? Oh, girl,
I don't get involved in all that.
uh,
Okay.
I don't know. I want to say to you guys, I'm not perfect.
Right.
We're both not perfect, and we're definitely not perfect in our walk with Christ. But I want you guys to be careful about who you let pray over you. You
Yeah.
have to be a little more careful. I know we love these influencers, and even I think Megan is more genuine. I don't know this lady. You just have to be a little more careful. I know you want to go to these women empowerment luncheons, and we all want to be a community and stuff, but you really have to be mindful of these people. I don't want to
No,
call her
that's
no devil or nothing. I'm just saying the devil works. So you got to work harder.
okay. No, for like when it comes to like these women empowerment, for some reason, I don't know why I be getting fraud type of teas to it. I don't know why, but it's always an influencer or a housewife. And then what do you really get out of it? You spent $150 to sit at a table and they told you to be great and be strong and X, Y, and Z, and let's do a prayer and that's it. And what did you get? What was there a follow-up? Like what did we get out of this women empowerment? It's always the same things they talk about. So I mean, I get weary about these different types of visuals or women empowerment events. So yeah, I would definitely watch out. And like you said, watch who you praying with or who's praying over you. Because it ain't always good. Okay.
Yes, that's even halted me from trying to do any kind of like event for women or whatever, trying to promote my event business because I'm like, I don't want them to think this like one of them other women
Right.
empowerment. We sit around and it's like, really, what would we do? So you have to really develop what you're gonna do at these conferences or these brunches or whatever, and not just get up there. And if it's just a brunch, just say it's just a brunch. Like,
It's
if
just a
it's just a
brunch.
brunch, I want to hang out, you want to get tickets, we gonna make it cute, and y'all come and bring your friends. Then say that, but
That's
don't
it.
try to put it all as like, oh, this gonna be some groundbreaking material being had, and
And
it's
it's the
not.
same material. It's the same material. And a lot of times it's these mean girls who really hosting the shit, to be honest. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times it be the mean girls, these celebrities and influencers and reality stars who are promoting this. That's who it is. So watch out.
Now, speaking of the mean girls,
Oh,
why don't you get into Real Housewives of Atlanta?
okay. So I mean, I am not fully caught up. I watch my clips. So I feel like I know, what's going on. This is season 16 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's heating up with some dramatic developments. So recent episodes have focused on fallouts between, Porsha and Shamea, and also Porsha and Drew. So what I have gathered is that this was Porsha's platform, and Shamea has always been a friend of the show. We really know that Shamea had it going on. We know she was married. We didn't know she had this luxurious, lifestyle with
Mm.
this husband of hers. And to be honest, she is the Real Housewife of Atlanta. And she's always been in the background of Porsha. And they've been friends since like they were like teenagers. So now that Shamea is on, it comes off as that Porsha has an issue with it. Of course, who's going to say that they're jealous? Nobody's going to say, oh, yeah, I'm jealous. Who's going to truly admit that? Unless you're just that, aware of it and actually going to admit to it, nobody's going to say that, right? So I think Porsha is feeling like this was my platform. You're now actually have the peach and everything that I've been wanting. You got the African prince. You got all these
Oh,
things going on. Portia's going through a divorce right now. She's going through hard times. Everything that it looks like that Porsha was trying to showcase, which was actually a fraud, Shamea has that going on. So Portia's feeling some type of way. And I don't know how that feels as being the friend where you may have, you have this platform, you got this going on, and you bring that friend on, and they're climbing the ladder, and they're the ones that are actually, basically, the show is really catered and surrounded by her. I wouldn't know how that feels. And I'm trying to think, like, in my personal life, like I've had situations where, you know I've been put on to things and then found out the person really didn't want me there, right? So I've had I have
Oh.
had that. Yeah, I've had that situation before. So, but yeah, I do think Porsha is feeling some type of way, but then, like I said, she's also going through, an embarrassing situation with the divorce.
Yeah, I don't even know. It might not even just be full out jealousy. It might be some
Hmm.
insecurity. Like when she's around Shamea, it brings up some insecurity in her because she is living the life that she thought she was going to have, or that she wanted, or that she did have with her husband. Um,
Right.
and being around her might kind of be a little trigger right now, but it's still her friend, especially going through this divorce, and she doesn't know how to handle it. But then this also dates back to when she got married and Portia didn't attend the wedding. So it's something
Yes.
going on there, and it feels like she's trying to keep this relationship based on the history of the years they've known each other, but it's some things brewing that she doesn't
Yeah.
know how to deal with. And I think you said this earlier, she kind of disregards Shamia's emotion. I mean, disregards Shamia's um
Feelings.
feelings. Excuse me. Yeah, her feelings a lot. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to watch it happen on TV.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Shamia is not a victim. Like, we're not going to say she's a victim because, Shamia, you don't speak up all the time. So while you're going back to like a Angela or Drew and maybe some other, girls, you're telling them how you truly feel, but you have not told Portia. I think you're afraid to tell Portia. I don't know what that's all about. Like I said, we don't know the ins and out of their friendship. But for some reason, I feel like, I don't think she's scared of Portia and the fact that she thinks Portia's going to beat her up. But I think there's some
No.
type of fear. I think there's some type of fear, like, I'm going to lose my friend if this is her platform. If I say something, like, something could get taken away from me. I really don't know what that's all about. But even when Shamea, I think last episode, Shamea tried to finally have that conversation, Portia just made it about her. And it was just like, girl, Shamea, maybe it's just time to go. Maybe it's time to go. And then the mamas got involved, where I think in a earlier episode, I think it's probably season or episode 2, her mom, Portia's mom, told her, you need to watch her. I told you better, you better watch her. And then Portia had the audacity to go to Shania and tell her what her mama said. And I didn't realize that Portia mama and Shamia mama used to be best friends and they fell out. So that's a whole situation in itself.
Oh gosh, there's more
Yeah, that's
layers
a
to this.
whole, right. So it's a whole bunch of nasty work going on. So that's just something
I gotta
to
catch
even
up.
just,
I
yeah,
got
you
to
gotta
catch
catch it.
up.
I gotta catch up. Look, I'm watching the clips. So so yeah. And then just speaking on another group of friends. Once again, it's 2025 and Evelyn Lozada and Jennifer Williams are not friends. I mean, I I don't watch Basketball Wives at this point, but I can see the clips on Instagram, and once Jennifer Williams, she's gotten married. She's gotten married, and yes, he's a felon, but that's her man.
Ah.
And I mean, look, that's her husband, right? And Evelyn, you're just still miserable. I don't understand this relationship at all. I think at this point it's done. I think Jennifer, or Jennifer, Evelyn had brought up, your husband's a felon. He stole $1,500 from X, Y, whoever, and he's this and this and that. And it's like, girl, Jennifer had to back her ass up off of her and told her, look, shoot, your whole daughter, you have a baby by a felon. And now we don't like talking about kids, but we don't like talking about husbands either.
Mm-mm. It,
So
it's too
yeah,
much. I think Evelyn has gone below the belt with this.
many
We
times.
discussed off out of the pod how like when you fall out with a friend you might kind of talk about things that upset you within the fallout, like I really didn't like that, I didn't think this was good, and da 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 da, but just kind of going below the belt. Now she's talking about, oh, the girl stank and this and that, and like this was supposed to
Right.
be your friend. Now you're doing a little much. What kind of friend were you?
Now Jennifer breath stink. Her breath been stinking. So now it's a problem. Now the breath. Now you gotta say that like, girl, I'm done. Now you told everybody well, we already knew that, but after you've been just said it out loud, because I ain't never heard Evelyn actually say this, we're done. Like it's over with. Yeah, like you said, look, I'ma talk my shit. I'ma tell the truth, my truth about the situation. I'm gonna go to my friends and tell them what happened. You're gonna go with your friend. But once you start doing all this, now you talking about my looks, you talking about my breath, you talking about my clothes, you talking about my husband, you talking about my
You can't you
it
can't walk the
it,
streets of LA if you do it again.
it
Like, girl, sit
girl, what
down.
you about to? Evelyn, stop. You ain't never bust a grape. So go ahead and stay gone somewhere with it. And the thing is, I will wish that these two ladies, because look, y'all in y'all 40s at this point. I would have wished that you guys would have gotten along, but it looked like I really haven't been watching seasons probably since like 2018, 2019. Like I catch it here and there, but I'm not ingrained in basketball wise anymore. But I would have thought by now y'all would have got it together. At this point, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with the friendship. It's nothing else to rehash. You look, you talking about my child, you talking about my husband, and that's it.
It's too much. Well, I hope they can just close it out a little more
Yeah,
amicably than it is right now in a full out beef.
right.
But
Mm-mm,
who knows? Evelyn, she a little loud, and I don't know if she's gonna pipe down.
mm. Whew.
A lot,
Right.
okay? It's a lot going on this week. It's too much. Need everybody to calm down and let's just all focus on getting Chris Brown out of jail.
Okay. Come on, Chris. Like you
Not
can't
Diddy,
do this
but
to me.
Chris. Keep Diddy
Right,
in
right,
jail.
right, right. Look, keep him over there. We don't got to. He a menace to society, baby. We don't need him on these streets because we know he gonna act a doggone fool. Tory Lanez, I don't know what's going on with you. I mean, it's tossed in the air at this point with you. But Chris Breezy Brown, come on, like get it together. We hope that people can see your concert this summer. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, we hope we filled you guys in on some new, or I guess some current topics. Let us know how you feel in the comments. We will be posting this. Well, you're probably already seen it on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Start listening to our audio a little more. You guys love the videos, and we thank you for that. But sometimes you can just pop this in while you're in the gym. You don't have to be watching us. You can just listen.
All right, while you on the road driving home from work, just listen to us on the airwaves.
Oh, well, you guys, we'll see you later.
All right,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.
We can become whatever we want. All we need is love in you. That's the way